Happy Sunday, everybody. Heather Coleman here with our weekly tarot reading that is also timeless. So whenever you see this, it is meant to find you right now, not a moment too soon or too late. If you're seeing this either live or right around the time, we're looking at the week of March 30th through April 5th. But what I do find, interestingly enough, both with my own and other excellent psychics, the weekly readings, I have noticed that often the messages that come through, sometimes they talk about what's currently happening or about to happen this week, but there's also this aspect where what you hear gets you into the mindset to be prepared for what's happening maybe the following week or that month. So just keep in mind that you get a lot of layering in terms of timing and you get a lot of overlap. So I'm so excited to have each and every one of you here. I'm so excited the way the YouTube channel is growing. Heather Coleman on YouTube, pretty easy to find me. I always put a link. If you're on Facebook, I put a link. That way you can watch the video anytime you want. Me personally, with my favorite YouTubers, I have at least 30. I will sometimes go back. I will bookmark their videos, especially I follow several excellent psychics. And I will sometimes go back to a video that is particularly resonant with me. And I might see it again after a few weeks and go, oh, wow, I see that coming up. So it's pretty cool. Blueberry coffee. Blueberries. Okay. First message before we even get into the cards. Some of you are making positive changes to your eating habits, like maybe adding in more fresh fruits, speaking of blueberries. Guys, especially those dark berries, and we're getting into the right season for that. The antioxidants that you're going to find in some of those dark berries is really valuable. So, some of you are also getting more creative and mindful about where you get your food. There, we're getting into the season where we're going to start seeing farmers markets, and keep on that path. Spirit is really championing for you to continue improving your eating habits, pouring into yourself lovingly with such high quality food. Maybe I feel like some of you are growing your own plants. Blueberries are a perennial. I tried growing a blueberry plant, and I had kind of too much on my plate, didn't properly protect it in the winter. It passed away, but there's a lot of things like that's a really powerful message. For me personally, I've had a lot of projects that I really wanted to embark on over the years and couldn't because I had so much on my plate as a single parent that I'm now beginning to do with this Year of the Fire Horse. Does that resonate with you? Watch for this, especially this week and next week, guys. Really watch for things like waking up in the morning thinking about something you haven't thought about in years. We also had this video that I hope you saw. It's on the channel. It's also on my Facebook page about Mercury retrograde being a time for reunions. Here's one of the purposes to running into people you haven't seen in a long time. Sometimes those people will reawaken a desire, a hunger, and a dream in you to do something you've always wanted to do, but maybe you've been busy with your career, your family, or whatever it might be. Maybe you're dealing with a health issue, and there had to be sort of a delay, or sort of put that aside to the I'll get to it when I can. The Year of the Fire Horse that we're in right now is really the time to get back to those things you've always wanted to do, because the way is clearing. Obstacles are clearing. Your path is becoming more clear. I can really feel this energy very strongly in my own life, but our lives are interconnected, and they are so influenced by the position of the planetary bodies, the astrology. And so I feel like this is going to resonate with the collective that this video reaches, that you're going to notice an ending to delays. You're going to notice the way becoming clear, and you're going to be so ready to jump on this energy, to ride these waves. If you are just kind of letting your subconscious be programmed with positive affirmations, with remembering what I like to call it the fire in the belly. For me personally, and let me know if this happens for you too, I get like a warmth right here and kind of a fluttery feeling when I think about things that I really want to do. This is the year, guys, to get back to a lot of those things you may have put aside. Yeah, so, God, you guys, I love this energy. Love it, love it. I can feel it revving up. So we're going to get right into their tarot messages starting right now. And we've got some difficult cards, but the crappy ones are mostly reversed, which is good. It means they're less crappy. This is such a positive reading. I'm growing my roots and grounding because this is such exciting energy that I'm just so blessed to share this with you guys. So let's start with our Prince of Pentacles. This is also the Knight of Pentacles. And this deck that I'm using today is such a happy, upbeat deck, the Sun and Moon Tarot by Vanessa DeCourt. But what I also want to say before we get into this card, this deck found me. A lovely young woman I worked with at a crystal shop gave this to me. She said, I bought this. It never really aligned with me, but I think it aligned with you. And she was so right. It does. And I love the playful, loving nature of the two people pictured on the front of this. This is a great card deck for bringing that kind of energy into your life. If you want to feel more light and childlike, kind of like when you're a kid and you don't have so many worries and you want to be able to like frolic on a lily pad, if you want to feel that way in your life, you've come to the right place for your messages, because this deck, just by being here, you're going to manifest more of that. So keeping that in mind, this is actually, I have a lot of card decks. This is probably my favorite Prince or Knight of Pentacles in the tarot. Now, what you'll see in pretty much all tarot, at least for the most part, this will be the one suit where the Knight is not charging. But it's interesting because the whole not charging thing in this case means you're not going to need to put so many things on credit cards. We've got a lot of solvency happening this year. We've got money flowing more easily. So if some of you have been having a really lean financial, maybe several years, some of you, COVID really had an impact on that for you. This is the year when things really turn and the wheels are really turning. So it's like you're ready to go charging, but in the right ways, not on the credit cards, but on your dreams, baby. It's the year of the fire horse. Let's look at the imagery. So, you know, this animal is ready. He is so ready, but he is listening to the person at the reins. You're at the reins. Whatever you want is going to manifest. So this is a great time to sit down and write your life goals down. And Spirit is saying the thing to do, when you write down the things you'd like to do in your life, don't think about the money initially. Have your vision, have your dreams, think about your passions. Let the universe help you figure out how to bring the money in and forget about the timing. Yeah, don't worry about the timing, because the more you do this, the more that over time you'll start seeing things come in. And this is really happening for me because I've been doing this for this process I'm describing to you for over 10 years now. And I'm beginning to see this. And a lot of you are going to be able to say the same, that you've been learning about manifesting. And so here comes this message yet again, that this is going to be a year you start seeing a lot of things become manifest that you've been visioning, dreaming for 3 years, 6 years, 12 years. Okay, so there's an element of threes coming through as well. So what an outstanding card to start our reading with. We are going to jump over to the Keepers of Light Oracle cards by author Kyle Gray. And I didn't select the card yet, but they're pretty, aren't they? This is what they look like. I'm just kind of closing my eyes. I did narrow down the deck, though, because I can feel energy. Ooh, oh, wow. We've got you know what's really cool, guys? This card comes up quite a bit for me, and I love that it's coming up for you. We've got the Shekinah, Sacred Self. Such a powerful message. She's so protected with, this looks like a bird, but I also feel an energy here of angel wings. You are protected. And this is a time of speaking up, because you'll notice this white energy is over her throat. So an opening to the throat chakra. Actually, kind of neat that I'm wearing a blue, because blue is often too associated with the throat chakra. We had that message about blueberries too. Guys, but you know, I really feel for so many of you, now you're going to be able to say the things that you've been holding back saying at the right place, right time, right people. And that's such a good energy, because one of the hardest things about the human experience at times is not feeling heard. The words dying in your throat, because it's like, there are times we've all been there that you know that what you say isn't going to be heard, and it's almost like you don't want to bother. A lot of that is changing now, so our throats are able to open. Our voice, you're refinding your voice and your power, or I should say your personal power. And amazing. Dance to the sacred rhythm of life. The message on here, dance to the sacred rhythm of life. Amazing. And that's kind of cool that comes through, because I was just at an amazing dance last night. So I like this message about dancing coming up. How many of you are getting back into something involving dancing or music? Let me know. I'm going to tell you who she's the twin flame of. The Holy Spirit. Okay, so we've also got this element that you're finding your faith. The Shekinah is twin flame to the Holy Spirit. Now, if you have been raised in the Western world, you know what the Holy Spirit is. I went to a Catholic high school where every morning Mass, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. And I want to tell you guys something fascinating, and I think a lot of you are going to resonate with this. I did all of that, and for me, it was always just going through motions. I didn't believe or disbelieve. I never felt anything moving through me until I started learning about Krishna and Shiva and Kali in my yoga school. And I could feel that when I would start singing Shiva, like Shiva, Shiva, Shambho. I could feel it. And I had known people that were very Christian, and they could feel something when they would do their group prayers, like Campus Crusade for Christ when I went to Syracuse University. I thought it was lovely. I just never felt a darn thing. So the Shekinah often will come through for those of us that are born in the Western world, but the faith here, the type of faith offered, just, it doesn't really align or disalign. And we have a lot of Christian ideas circulating around the U.S., right? And Catholic or Methodist, those sorts of things. And I don't know about you, I don't have an issue with people that are practicing it in amazing ways, or people that are practicing Christianity in just beautiful ways. There are some that aren't, but that's going to happen. But again, I think the Shekinah is coming through for those of you that are finding a faith. It's something you feel from within. And some of us don't find it till we're older, because we are not raised learning all about Krishna necessarily, unless you have a family that's all into that. But if you don't, you're not going to learn much about it until you find it. Or Shiva, or Shanti, or all of those. But you go over to India and you're going to see a lot of those names on temples, like Kali and Lakshmi and Parvati, that sort of thing, right? Anyway, so the Shekinah is helping you find, because you're going to feel it. You're going to feel your connection more strongly this year. Whether that is an avatar of God, like it is for me. Krishna is like my homie, my man. Like it's really cool. But whatever that is, like, be ready, because when you find your connection to your source of faith more strongly, that's part of the leveling up message here we've got this week, guys. We are leveling up. And how do you truly level up in your life? Where does real energy come from? It all comes from source. What do you think God is, baby? What do you think God is? Creator. Different avatars or aspects of God have created you, have created this world. Maybe you helped design this world that we're living on. I did. It's time to actually reawaken what you've always known that has been dormant. You're going to find a more strong connection to your creator, to the aspect of God that suits you. It might be Jesus. Woo woo. It might not be. It might be Shiva. It might be Shanti. Okay, right? It might be Durga. Kali gave birth to Durga when she was sick of everyone fighting and destroying themselves. And so Kali started ripping everyone's head off. I mean, she's a little much if you ask me. But again, which one do you connect with? Like, you're going to find this, guys. You're going to find it. I'm freaking excited for you. And that really leads into our next two cards, what I'm going to read for you together. We've got the universe or the world, and we've got the high priestess. So could this make more sense if we tried? No. This would be the world card, a sense of completion. You have accomplished something to celebrate. Now, sometimes that's something that we think of, like it could be a graduation from a school. Sometimes it's a life school. Maybe you have just gotten married. Woot, woot. Maybe you are just sent your kids off to college, so you have leveled up. You have successfully completed a chapter. Maybe your divorce got finalized and you're ready to have a divorce party. I think you should. The High Priestess is all about being so connected to your intuition and your sense of what's right. Often being able to see the higher perspective on a situation. And we also have this message too of who is your source of faith. Maybe some of you do have a wonderful priest or reverend or somebody like that at your church. Maybe you do, that it really is a wonderful guide and mentor for you. But if you don't necessarily have somebody like that, maybe you are finding someone that is a kind of a teacher and a mentor, like a high priestess type of person for you. And it might not be in the traditional religious sense. It could be someone that teaches yoga or anything sort of spiritual, or maybe it's another form of another religion that isn't as common in this part of the world. So here comes that message again, that maybe you already see this in your life, or this might be about to happen for you in the next 3 to 6 months, that you're going to find people that inspire you, that help you to feel more confident that you're on the right path. I feel like some of you might be the kind of mindset that you'll find at Unitarian Universalist Church, where over there, that's not the kind of church where they're like, this is what Jesus said and this is how you're going to be a good Christian. They're like, do you even believe in God? Okay. Oh, well, hey, what do you think? And they're like, we're going to support you on how you find your faith. What is your faith? You are welcome here. So you kind of discover it independently. I got to tell you, for a lot of us, that can be a more difficult life path where, if you are a person of faith, but it's not in the way that you're born into a religion that is a perfect fit and you've always had that. A lot of you were born in a dysfunctional, toxic BS horse shit. Whether that was your family, whether that was your other environments, it could have been a church environment for some of you, not all of you, some of you, it could have been school. The list goes on, the toxic crap that people do. Am I right or am I right? But here's what happens when you have to overcome, should we list them? Narcissistic BS abuse, abandonment, rejection from the people that you should have been able to trust. And you're starting to realize it's not what the F is wrong with me. It's more like, what the F is wrong with them? But what happens is you're like, dude, this ain't love, honey. This ain't the brand of love I want. And so what happens? If you decide you're going to level up, which you all have, you learn. You pour love into your heart chakra. You reawaken. There's actually a real source point here in your heart center where you have an unending, infinite, unlimited well of access to divine love, source love. All you have to do is open it, hun. Okay, that's all you have to do. And the blessings just come pouring in, especially this year with these planetary energies. Oh, it's so good. It's so good, you guys. It's so good. I just can't even. I'm just so excited. But see, that's what happens is you learn what love is, and you start by loving on yourself. Maybe you learn what love feels like because you're like, this crap that I experienced in that relationship or that family setting isn't love and not the kind I want, dear. And you have to, it's like you reparent yourself. You teach yourself to love in ways no one ever showed you. And that's not to say that the people in your life failed completely. Maybe they failed in some things and they were good in others, but you're like, nah, folks, I'm not putting up with this anymore. That's also how you find the right path to faith. Because if you've had to go through this difficult path of being a cycle breaker, of overcoming maybe generations long family dysfunction cycles, trauma cycles, you've had to teach yourself first by learning what love isn't or shouldn't be and what you want it to be. But that also helps you to find the right faith for yourself. And that's why this shit takes so long. Who said this was for the faint of heart, baby? Well, another thing. I love when I get this message. I read for a lot of people that have what we call high difficulty life paths, meaning the life that you're in right now is not easy. Like if you look at a video game, you have low or beginner level, you have medium, you have advanced. Honey, you're on an advanced track. And here's what's used to happen for you. People that are living what is considered an easy life or beginner life, You used to think, if I could just be happy and easygoing like them, my life would be happy and easygoing. Ha ha ha. And then people that are living an easier life want to help you, when they start giving you advice that works for them. You've learned, like, no. What happened? You started leaning into your intuition. You started participating in really good content, maybe online, that spoke to you. Maybe you found the right life coach, the right counselor, the list goes on. You decided, I am going to fix myself. Yeah, baby. Because you couldn't look without. You had to look within. Here's to that. All right, guys. And that's why we don't have too much, but that's why your Seven of Swords and your Five of Swords are reversed. All this shitty conflict and this crap you've been dealing with is going to resolve. You're going to see more peace, less of the pushback that you've been having in your life, guys. This is where the way clears. And this is where the way clears. They're going to let me say it again. This is the way clearing for you, because you have persevered, because you have been pouring into yourself. Keep doing it. And if anything, double down on the pouring into yourself. It is not self-love, and self-care is not selfish. It is the way. I'm proud of you. Your spirit guides are so proud of you. We have your grandma, whoever you are, your grandma is crying happy tears. Lasagna and cherry pie is coming through. Did you have a grandma that baked lasagna, cherry pie, shepherd's pie? How about chicken pot pie? What else? Okay, this isn't for all of you, but if any of you, as you're listening to this video, if you can think back to a pet that was super special, maybe anywhere from 7 to 12 years ago, a new pet is going to find you, and it's going to be that pet reincarnated. So, yippee, yippee, yippee. You don't have to go looking. The pet is going to find you. That's all we've got for today. If you want to take a deeper dive into any of this, HeatherLColeman.com. Virtual readings, Zoom, in person, 15 minutes, an hour and a half. What do you need? Reiki? I gotcha. Keep your eyes open. I will be setting up a circle probably during the month of May, guys. So keep your eyes open for that. But I want to thank you for bringing your high vibe, honest, open, raw energy. That's exactly what we need more of on this planet. And I want you to know you are the solution. You are literally the world changer. You need to really understand this about yourself. You are the light. You are the solution. So you keep being you. You keep listening to your voice. Keep shining your light into this world, because we need it now more than ever. Namaste, guys. Have an outstanding week.